bringing SROs back in the building, which quite frankly is failing of the school board to have put this off for so long. 2 years ago, the staff and parents at Capitol were asking for the return of the SRO. OPD has been willing to partner with OSD during this entire time, but OSD has stonewalled excuses as to why not. And now we're here. To say I'm frustrated is an understatement, especially given that our surrounding districts have somehow managed to pull this off. Quite successfully, it seems. Are we that incompetent? It's embarrassing. I'd like to clear up a couple of misconceptions I heard last night during the CHS Zoom meeting. I heard both Directors Slidell and Flores give data that at schools with SROs, marginalized students were disciplined more. Let me remind you that correlation does not mean causation. It's very disingenuous to throw statements like that around in an effort to push back against the SROs. An argument I've heard from the past, or from the board in the past, is SROs being biased against marginalized students. I would ask, is there any concrete evidence of that happening in the past with our SROs? Not, you could throw everything out in the country, what has happened with our SROs. I haven't seen anything. Was it a perception, or is it a perceived worry that it might happen? What's the reality? Well, I do appreciate that some families, particularly those of color, have had negative interactions with police. Why wouldn't OSD be proactive and create opportunities of positive interaction? As it stands now, most marginalized students are likely to only see potentially negative interactions when police are in their neighborhoods. Frequently, the apartment complexes that feed into Capitol. I see it all the time on the Sienna page. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to both bolster safety at school, as well as create an environment that enables the SRO to foster positive relationships with students, staff, and family. I also heard from multiple people at CHS that after the staff meeting on Monday, the staff resoundingly applauded bringing them back. I feel like that tells us something. SROs can be a very valuable part of school. While I'm not under the illusion they will prevent everything, they are an extra set of eyes and ears. They are also there to foster relationships with the students. I witnessed that firsthand when Officer C was the Westside SRO. While I was working at Marshall, I'd see her casually stroll in, and students would go up, say hi, high five, and chat for a bit. It was great to watch. I would think that's the very definition of community building. That's what we should be doing, building a community. Maybe with people we don't like all the time, well, let's do that. Finally, I'll also remind the board that as much as you've talked negatively about SROs in the past, who was called on the first day of school? Who was called on Monday, and who might be called again in the future for something that admin cannot do? Armed police were called, as they should have been, and who's there now? Armed police, which I appreciate, but thanks to your inaction over the past 3 years, there's not a dedicated individual who knows the kids and might be able to help quell any fears. Think about that. So thanks for pushing this off for so long. It's come to this. As a parent who has really pushed my kids to go to their neighborhood school, and I know plenty of parents don't want their kids going to Brown, even Jefferson for a lot of reasons, is now it's kind of coming to Capitol. It's, I don't know how to express, like I want my kid, but my kid right now is questioning whether she should stay at Capitol. And do I send my 6th grader who comes up in 3 years there? I don't know. But you need that really needs to be taken into account. Thank you.